Alright. There we go. Hey guys. Welcome back to my first DVD menu walkthrough, which is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on my Disneyland Lover YouTube channel. I'm Disneyland Lover, and I'm going to be showing you disc number 2, which is the special features for disc number 2, which are more special features of this movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So just had to get my computer adjusted right there, so just get my DVDs in low in place here. My next DVD menu walkthrough. I might have to switch apps tonight for this DVD menu walkthrough, which I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to give you disc number 2 tonight, so let me just get that out of the way so I can show you guys disc number 2. And I put it in the front of my DVD storybook so it would be ready for tomorrow night, which it was. Just give it a good wipe down very quick so my DVD player and my computer will read it. If you haven't seen part 1, go check it out, which I uploaded today. Alright. Check the disc. Alright, the disc is in perfect condition. Just go ahead and open my DVD player up on my laptop here. Insert that disc. There we go. These are the special features disc. And I will have to switch apps for this DVD menu walkthrough, which is going to get uploaded, so just move my camera over a little bit so I can get over here so I can talk to you guys while it's playing. And I got my wireless, and I got my keyboard hooked up too, just in case if you didn't get that. There we go. And just the volume here. I think that's a good setting, number 50. Alright, so let me just go to DVD and Blu-ray Plus for this. All right. So let me just go ahead and insert the disc. Now, for this DVD menu, which I'm going to be showing you guys, you'll have to go to the folder which is right here on your desktop. Let me just cancel that very quick. Go to my folders. Like I said before, this DVD also has DVD-ROM features, which I'm going to be reading you in a few moments. After I show you the coloring book features for the DVD-ROM, okay, let me just go to that. Click on slideshow. All right. As you can see here, it's a caricature version of the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang coloring pages. You know, the caricatures that have cartoon faces. Well, these coloring pages have the exact same thing, like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There's caricature drawings of the movie characters. Like, as you can see right here, Dick Van Dyke is a caricature, and so is Sally and Howells right here, and the motor car itself with the cast in it, as you can see right there. Oh, and there's a little caricature of the Bulgarian castle, which I call it a Walt Disney castle, by the way. That's a little caricature of the castle right there. Go forward. And this caricature is Skirt Fro Banana Quail and the Zeppelin and the polka dotted horse. It's like a Dalmatian version of a horse. A Dalmatian version of a horse. So that's it for picture number 2. Go forward. Here's the number 1. And there's 3 caricatures of Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke in a Jack-in-the-Box toy. Dick Van Dyke popping up. There's the windmill. And there's Dick Van Dyke in a caricature with his rockets on his back. Go forward. And there's a maze game right here. A connect the dots and a word search as well. I'll get on my knees so you guys can see it better. So I'll just read it to you as I'm showing you the picture. get my keyboard out of the way so I can read this to you. Alright. The maze game is help. Help Professor Karatakis Potts find truly scrumptious. That's them wearing the pop-up Jack in the Box costumes. As in pop-up Karatakis Potts and pop-up truly scrumptious. It also has Karatakis Potts word find game. Again, Dick Van Dyke plays Karatakis Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And the words to find are Professor Scrumptious, Toot Sweet, Potts, Bulgaria, Jemima, Jeremy, Truly, Baron, and Carr. And there's a caricature of Gert Frobe on the Connect the Dots game. It says connect the dots and discover what Gert Frobe as Baron Bumbers has on his head. If you squint your eyes a little bit, you'll see what the picture really is. It's a crown on his head. Alright, so that's it for the activities page. Let me go forward. And that's basically it for the coloring pages of this special edition DVD for disc number 2. I'll go through them all very quick so you guys can see them all. Starting with this one. Alright, that's it for the coloring pages on the DVD-ROM features for this disc. Now I'll just go back here. There's also Jacket P, which is an MP3 format sound. Oh, and this requires Windows Media Player to be played as well, so I'm gonna play a little clip of that. Just click on that. Actually, I'm gonna go to Media Player, which is better for me because I always have Windows Media Player on here. I like Media Player the best because it's really great. Because it's free and you don't have to click on anything. Okay, let me just click OK. sometimes these format sounds don't go as planned, like these on the disc right here. I'll just go through them all. As you can see, they were MP3 format sounds. A video TS. And these are all files on the disk. There's 41 files. But enough of that. Really? So let's go back to Blu-ray, DVD Blu-ray Plus and open the disc. And you have to use the arrow for this player. Let me just click cancel for that. Go to full screen. Open disk again. And select folder. There we go. It's gonna start up here. Hold on, guys. There we go. So these are the special features for disc number 2. And as you can see, the special features right on the main menu disc. So you got Remembering Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Dick Van Dyke, a phantasmagorical motor car, the Sherman Brothers demos, vintage features, the Dickering. Oh, hold on, guys. You got the Dicking Tinker, the Dick Van Dyke press interview, the Potts Children's Featurette, and the Vintage Advertising Gallery. There's more. You got the Photo Gallery. I'll be switching DVD player apps for those ones. The Read Along. The one person's junk is another person's jalopy. The game Toot Sweets special delivery. The Chitty Chitty Bang Bang coloring book DVD-ROM feature. And family fun previews. Alright guys, with the main menu features for the special features disc out of the way, let's start with Remembering Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Dick Van Dyke. And this is a documentary, by the way, which you're gonna love. It contains Dick Van Dyke interviewing the movie itself, and I swear you're gonna love this. Just turn the volume up a little bit so you can hear it. Okay, let me click on that. Once again, I'm giving you the videos when I'm going for the menus.
He likes it.
There we go.
Chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. What do you for in a motor car? Oh, what a happy time we spend. Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, our fun four-fender friend. Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, our fun four-fender friend. Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang.
Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. This is Remembering Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Dick Van Dyke.
I think it was a couple of years after we had completed Mary Poppins that Cubby Broccoli came to me with this idea. He had read the original Ian Fleming book, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which I had never read, to his
AKA
children.
Cubby Broccoli.
And I remember at the time, I was such a Walt Disney fan. I was convinced that the only person who knew how to do children's entertainment was Walt Disney. But then, of course, he got Dick and Bob Sherman.
Richard and Robert Sherman. Those are the Sherman brothers.
I knew that they really had something. It was shortly after that I said I'd do it. Caractacus Potts was kind of a rebel, kind of a guy who thought outside the box. And I loved that character. He went his own way, educated his own kids, and just lived his own life the way he saw it fit. He was a crackpot.
Yeah, you got that right, Dick Van Dyke.
Keep clear!
Does he know what he's doing? Of course he does.
Whoa!
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke.
I've always had a habit of improvising the physical part of it. It's just an instinctive with me. If I see an opportunity in a scene to put something physical in, I'll just put it in. So a lot of those things happen right on the set at the moment. Thank you. That just seemed to fit that character. He was a little absent-minded professor type and a little bit of a klutz.
Dick Van Dyke is such a klutz in this movie. What a klutz.
Cleans carpets by suction.
All that to clean carpets?
What a
We had to
klutz.
have a little edge there between the two of them. They couldn't just fall in love at first sight.
Oh, I do.
Oh, and what's this gadget?
Well, that's not quite right yet, but eventually I hope to transmit moving pictures by wireless.
Moving pictures by wireless?
Really? Yes, really.
And I kind of liked his getting really sensitive about her making fun of his inventions because they were his pride and joy, those inventions.
I think that the problem
The
is...
boiling point of your sugar is too high.
She made fun of him, so he had a right to get crotchety.
Well, I've never been
Spoken to that way before, well, maybe it's about time.
Oh, Dick Van
Good afternoon, madam.
Dyke.
Find the casebook.
Oh, but later in
I
the
remember
movie,
in the book that
Sally and Hal
Caractacus was married.
begins to
There
start
was
loving
no
Dick Van
love
Dyke.
interest, no love story. So I think bringing Truly Scrumptious in works very well because we assumed he was a widower. And they couldn't have picked a better Truly Scrumptious than Sally.
That's Sally and House right there.
They came up with Sally Ann. I heard her voice, and it was the richest contralto. She auditioned with a lovely, lonely man. And I thought, my God, this girl is great. And then she was stunningly beautiful.
Once again, this is the special features on disc number 2. And that's Heather Ripley and Adrian Hall as Jeremy
She
and
loved
Jemima.
those kids, and they loved her, which I think comes across on the screen. They just thought a great deal of her, and she spent a lot of time with them, between shots, telling stories, playing games, during all those long waiting periods. I don't know where they found them, but they were so natural and so good, I could not believe they didn't have any experience. They were both good.
Someone's careful to be there for.
I have you to.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke.
Someone to do for. Muddle through for.
That's all pre-recording and lip syncing, which is not an easy thing to do if you've never done it before. But they were perfect. I don't think they ever had any trouble with it.
Ever you're lonesome.
Yes, that's
I'm a
true.
happy lot, considering what I've got.
I sing like Dick
It
Van
was
Dyke,
Roland
by
Emmett,
the way.
who had worked with Cubby for a long time, who came up with all those crazy inventions, which were just wonderful.
Worlds go asunder, and I
My favorite being the breakfast maker. It gave us the most trouble. And it broke a lot of eggs, threw eggs around the room, and dumped plates. Sometimes we'd have to go away while the cameraman and the special effects guys got it to work. But on the film, it's absolutely marvelous. It's fascinating to watch that machine work and deliver those plates right to us.
Wow. Just like that. And that's Lionel Jeffries.
Good afternoon, miss. Sorry I can't stop. I'm off to India. Gonna have a cup of tea with a Maharaja. Cheerio.
Lionel's one of the funniest men that I ever met in my life, and we became fast friends.
But
Lionel
Lionel
was
Jeffries
4 years younger than I,
didn't
and he
really
played my
go
father,
to
and I never let him forget
India,
it.
Africa,
He was prematurely
or
bald and a little bit gray, and he looked the part. They had to age him up a little bit.
Australia, I think.
Traveling life for me.
Ooh, you get the picture.
And he had a pretty good baritone voice, too. But he seemed to have a ball singing it. He really enjoyed himself.
All out, starboard out. Toss me the cover of me.
P.O.S. Ken Hughes, I think it was his first movie of that kind.
Ken
that he had ever
Hughes is
done.
the
He'd done
director of that
a
movie.
lot of adventure movies and that kind of thing. And the action is where he was quite good. All the Chitty Bang Bang stuff. I got to tell you a funny story. At the first day of filming, the very opening of the movie, when Chitty Bang Bang is a racing car, I was not in the shot, and they had this huge crowd of people, all these
Dick
great
Van
old
Dyke
cars
wasn't
racing.
in the shot.
I was talking to some of the extras, and an assistant director came over and handed me a little flag, and he said, "Just stand over there and wave the flag." I said, "Well, you don't understand." He said, "Just stand over there and wave the flag." So in the movie, I am standing there with the extras waving the flag. I don't know if you can see me or not, but I'm there.
Yeah. If you
I
can't
was
really
so
see
pleased
Dick
to see
Van
that the
Dyke,
Sherman Brothers were part of the whole creative team, because having worked with them, I knew
I think
that not only were they good
I think Dick Van
songwriters,
Dyke
but they
sang
were
Karate
creative in
Kid
every other
in
way.
that
They were
opening
great storytellers.
scene.
A lot of the ideas for scenes came out of the music. Having worked with me before, they seemed to know what I could do and what I liked to do and what fit me.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke likes to do lots of things like sing, dance, and
Mark and Dee
anything.
Wood were the choreographers. I am not a dancer. I was never trained as a dancer or know anything technically about it. And these two had that great talent for finding out what you could do well and making a dance number out of it. And they knew what my strengths and my weaknesses were. They made me dance.
Yeah, they made Dick Van Dyke dance like that.
And so it was very easy to recommend them to Cubby, Broccoli. But I didn't know they were going to work as hard as they did.
I do a little triple little light
The old
fantastic,
bamboo was what they call Morris dancing in Old England.
and
They found out about Morris dancing.
Step in Time
And
with
wrote this
Mary
song based on
Poppins.
that. And then,
No,
of course, Dee Wood and Mark Bro, the choreographers, looked into Morris dancing, went and did a lot of research on it. So it really is couched in
Morris dancing,
real
Morris
tradition.
dancing, Morris dancing. I do a little triple little life fantastic and step in time in this
That
number.
was the hardest number in the picture, probably the hardest dance number I've ever done. The bamboos were bamboos, but they had metal poles inside because we had to vault on them and swing them around. It was extremely difficult, and most of those guys were a good 15 years younger than I at the time.
And you gotta admit, Dick Van Dyke did a really great job with that number.
At the very end, we have to jump over the sticks. And out of 25 dancers, every take, somebody would miss. We did 23 takes.
Whoa!
And by that 23rd take, if you look very closely at the movie, I just make it. I think it caught on my heel or something.
Barely made it.
Then we go into a somersault and bounce up. But it looks great on the film.
Yeah, I think Dick Van Dyke did a great
Those
job
English
on that.
dancers can dance. Remarkable. All those dancers were in all the other numbers. The male dancers particularly were all in the Two Sweets number.
That savory fight.
I do a little supercalifragilisticexpialidocious
Sally.
on this number.
She was a graceful woman. The only movement we did together was the Two Sweets number.
I'm gonna
That's the
say
only
it.
dancing we did together. She was very good at it.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though it's falling, it's something complicated.
Gigantic set and authentic. It was really 1910. Every piece of curlicue metal and everything. I was amazed at the look of it. And of course, we rehearsed that dance number in that set for a long time.
You're like having a jolly holiday time in that candy
That
factory.
dance number was a lot tougher than it looked. Hanging onto those trays, the centrifugal force alone was enough to throw you right out of the room. But I had a strange thing happen. I'm not being a professional dancer and a little older. I didn't warm up like the other dancers did. I didn't get out there and stretch and everything. And at one point, we were spinning around on the cookie trays, and we did a kick backward. Well, I kicked backward, and I felt something pop, and I didn't know what it was. I finished the number and realized I was in a lot of pain, and I had ripped the big muscle at the back of my thigh. What is that? Can't think of the name of it. It's called the big muscle at the back of the thigh. And I was out of dancing for about 6 weeks. I had to go get it bound up, so we shot around and we did other non-dancing things.
Aww. But thank goodness Dick Van Dyke was alright. And those dogs remind me of the animated ones in
It
Mary
was
Poppins
definitely
who
a
were
Cubby
chasing
Broccoli
the fox.
production. It was like a James Bond movie. Ken Adams was there, who did wonderful special work for all the Bond pictures. A German guy, I think originally an architect, if I'm not mistaken. Enthusiastic man to work with. They reconstructed Prince Ludwig's castle on the back lot at Pinewood. Huge set.
The
And
Bulgarian
it looked exactly
castle.
because we shot at the real castle. In Hohenschwangau, is it? Something like that.
That
It was
kind of
very
looked like a Walt
inexpensive.
Disney castle, by the way.
In the beginning, I think I did see some of the storyboards, and I thought the stuff that they shot was better looking than that. Ken Adams designed the car. It looked authentic without actually resembling any car that ever existed. There was nothing fake about it. The joinery and the wood, everything was gorgeous. That had that beautiful classic boat back on it. And I like the way in the movie you see Caractacus taking a boat
Played by
out
Dick
into the
Van Dyke.
barn, and he rips the the head of the fireplace off. While Lionel is saying,
The
"And the
chim
big brown
chimney.
bear came."
Came lolloping over the mountain.
I'll never forget the line. They had a 4-cylinder Ford engine in it, which was not a lot of power for a big, heavy car like that. I drove it quite a lot. And I think there were about 6. There was the lighter one that we used on blue screen for the flying, which I had done before. I'd done a lot of rear projection and blue screen work. That was what, 1967? That's a long time ago. Technically, those shots hold up as well as anything done on computer today. Of course, this is long before a computer. You have to remember that those kind of special effects were much more difficult to do then. You had to do them live. Yeah, we spent a lot of time sitting up at Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, just the 4 of us, and we'd sing songs. Sometimes they'd break for lunch and forget that we were up there. Leave us. You know, in England,
I
getting
think
enough
Dick
sunshine
Van Dyke
to shoot
looked
is always a problem.
like
Chris Chalice, who was the
a
cinematographer,
very
a wonderful man.
sexy guy on
We
those
stand
leather
there waiting
seats.
for a break in the clouds to come. And it would come, we'd shoot, and finally we ended up in the south of France, shooting some of those driving scenes in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And if you look carefully, you'll notice we're driving through vineyards.
Those leather seats in the
Doesn't
motor
look
car,
like the English countryside at all.
they look kind of like sexy.
A story about pirates, huh? Well, let me see.
A boat! I can see a boat!
The question I brought up was Baron Bombers and that whole adventure real, or was it a fantasy? And it was
It's like
originally
a
written as
dream.
real, and that it really happened. And we met and talked and talked and talked, and we
I
finally
think
decided
it was a dream
that
it
when
started
Chitty
out.
starts to fly and Baron Bombers to ride, that should be fantasy.
That isn't just any old boat out there.
No?
No. That is a private yacht of the notorious Baron Bombers.
Bombers?
You have never heard of Baron Bombers, ruler of Bulgaria?
Dick Van Dyke did Gert Frobe's voice or something.
And I like the fact that that whole thing could be as outrageous as it was, and we could get away with it because
Dick
it was a
Van Dyke
fantasy.
said nefarious instead of notorious.
Get ready! Get ready! Fire!
Oh!
Baron Bomber's crew and all of his bad guys were mostly collected from Old English Music Hall. They were all music hall performers. And my favorite was a double talk expert named Stanley Unwin. I think he must have been in his 60s at that time.
Can you make this car float?
Like amphibial English motor car, looked at the cresty wave of the water.
He made it sound intelligible. You were sure that he was saying something, you just didn't understand it.
Gert Frobe and Stanley Unwin.
Horrible.
What's going on? Hey, you there! Get those children in here! Would you mind telling me what's happening? Quickly before the soldiers get here!
And then, of course, I had been a big Benny Hill fan. I just loved him. I thought he was the British Danny Kaye. I was amazed to find that in person, Benny Hill was very quiet, quite a gentleman. He had a wry sense of humor, and sometimes these great lines would come out of it. But his off-screen personality was just the diametric opposite of his on-screen personality.
He was really handsome back then.
May I be permitted to wish you all you wish yourself
Benny
on
Hill.
this happy occasion?
Never mind all that. What have you made me for my birthday, eh?
Garrett Frobe obviously was having a very good time playing this because he never had a
Gert
chance to play
Frobe
anything
was
quite
hilarious.
this broad. I think Cubby Broccoli, made an international star out of him with Goldfinger. I was surprised to find, he said, when I was your age, I was as skinny as you are, and I was a street mime. He started out as a street mime. I don't think anyone knew that story. And even at the fact that he was rather portly, he was showing me some moves, and he was very, very good. He was a classic mime along the Marceau tradition. He could do all those great
And
moves.
Anna Quayle from
fascinated
Baroness
with him.
Bombers
For a big
was
man,
really impressed
so
with his
incredibly
moves right
graceful.
there.
Prince Bejo, ich keine dich fressen, meine süße Zuckerpuppe.
My little dumpling.
And Ellen Quill looks pretty sexy in that.
He was really multi-talented.
And you're my little teddy bear. My lovey, lovey, dovey little teddy bear.
She looks.
I did not know Anna Quill. She was only there for a short time during the Choo-Choo Face number. And then when we did our little pantomime number in front of the king, that's the only time she was around. I never really got to know her. She was a highly respected actress in England. I don't think she was very well known in the United States. She was quite a lady and quite reserved. And something I felt a little bit strange about approaching her.
Yeah, Dick and Dick felt a little strange about approaching that lovely woman.
There are children here somewhere. I can smell them.
Robert
Helpman,
Helpman.
who played the child catcher and who many children today say scared them out of their wits when they were young, was a great ballet dancer. I remembered him in the Red Shoes with Marva Shear. Remarkable performance.
Here we are, children.
And he was a peddler selling
You can
sweets.
see that he's a dancer by the way he moves through the whole movie. Little steps. Come on, children.
Yeah, come on, children. That's my part.
There was one scene where he drove the children's wagon at breakneck speed in Rothenburg. He had to drive down these cobblestone streets, which were very, very rough. He was rounding a corner in a shot, and the wagon tipped over. And we all thought, well, that's the end of him. Like a true ballet dancer, as the wagon went over, he stepped on the side, stepped on the wheel, and stepped on the curbing. And the wagon just went tumbling and fell to pieces. And he just landed on the curbing like that. I've never seen anything as graceful in my life.
But thank goodness the actors were not really hurt. Especially Adrian Hall and Heather Ripley.
God, she sounded pretty singing that song. When I heard Sally Ann sing it, I was just wiped out.
I'm gonna tell you about a little thing that I did when I was younger in my teenage days and going into my early adulthood days after this featurette, you guys. Stay tuned for that.
I'm not really a dancer or really a singer. I just do it because I dearly love to do it. My ambition in life was to have been the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. I saw myself in that part. Mark Burrow and Dee Dee Wood
Dick
knew
Van
my
Dyke
love
in
of
that
pantomime.
Raggedy Andy
So they came up with
costume.
that idea of me being a puppet
He
on a
was
string.
really hilarious
Mark
in
worked
that.
with me with the camera shots and everything, but they kind of let me loose on that. Let me go crazy.
Dick Van Dyke went crazy in that Raggedy Andy costume. Kind of like that, you know? And he looks really hilarious in that. And Sally Ann Howes looks very beautiful in that dress playing the doll on the music box, you know? And the mechanical pieces you are hearing right there are sound effects like that. Like the click, 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 click. Like that, or something like that.
I loved that contrapuntal number.
And the
Truly
doll on the
Scrumptious
music
and Doll on a
box
Music Box.
and
That was one of
Truly
to me, the
Scrumptious
best things
is
the
really
Sherman
cool.
Brothers ever did. I see children today, you know, the third generation has seen that movie, who love that particular number. I love to sing it. Making that kind of a movie was always my aim. And Cubby Broccoli gave me the opportunity to do a classic children's story.
Yeah, because Dick Van Dyke
There were
is
so few
really
of them being
classic.
made then, and today
Classic
they've
stuff.
lost an innocence somehow that they can't seem to recapture. I guess it's considered kind of square and corny today, but children need it. The Sherman Brothers had this vision. They knew what to do for children. The child in them saw what kids wanted to see. A
gentle breeze from Hushabye Mountain.
I think that
Everybody
number
really
really
liked
beautiful
it.
too.
Everybody loved it. I don't know how much business it actually did at the time.
Hushabye Mountain?
What has struck me is the longevity. I seem to have been connected with a number of things that have built in long life.
Like this?
They're still around. I'm on my third
Or
generation
something?
of kids now, which is wonderful. So I was so happy to be a part of that project because it's going to live for a long, long time. I think children will be dreaming their way through Hushabye Mountain for a lot of years to come.
Yes, that's true, Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, being of you. And oh, pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, loves us too. High, low, anywhere we go on chitty chitty we depend. Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, a fine for friendless friend. Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, a fine for friendless friend. Chitty chitty bang.
Alright guys, that was the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang documentary with Dick Van Dyke. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And you have to admit, Dick Van Dyke is really talented in this movie, so I highly recommend you check out Chitty Chitty Bang Bang as well. Oh, and at the end of this DVD right here, it says DVCC, Digital Video Comparison Center. And if you looked on the outro right there, it was the MGM Lion and the MGM website. And it's kind of like that. I have to admit, that documentary with Dick Van Dyke was a true masterpiece, and it was like a Walt Disney picture at the same time. But this movie is really from MGM UA Family Entertainment. So I highly recommend you check out Mary Poppins as well. So please check that out. Alright guys. This was the end of part 1 of my Chitty Chitty Bang Bang special features. I hope you guys can stay tuned for part 2 as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be naming this video DVD menu walkthrough Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Special Edition DVD Part 2, disc number 2. So stay tuned for that. But there's more to come in the nights to come, so I had to give you that one feature, by the way, which you guys really loved. Alright guys, so until my next video, which is my next special feature from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And as always, I am Disneyland lover, and I hope you guys can stay tuned for the next feature on disc number 2 of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. which I'm going to be giving you tomorrow night. So please be patient with my special features that are coming up on my special edition DVD of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which I'm going to be giving you guys. And don't forget to trip a little light fantastic with Dick Van Dyke. And go supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for this movie. Alright guys, with all that being said and out of the way, this is Disneyland Lover, going off until my next DVD review. Oh man, I keep mixing it up. But this is Disneyland Lover going off until my next special feature on my Chitty Chitty Bang Bang special edition DVD, which is tomorrow night, so please stay tuned for that so I can give you the features on all my Chitty Chitty Bang Bang DVD, and like so. So please stay tuned for that. Alright guys, this is Disneyland Lover going off until my next feature on the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang disc number 2 special features disc. And please remember, in Disneyland, it's a small world after all, and it will always be that way in Disneyland. Alright guys, until my next special feature on the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang special edition DVD. This is Disneyland Lover going off until my next video, which is tomorrow night. Until then, like, comment, and subscribe as well. Peace out, guys. I love you all very much. And don't forget to go supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Trip a Little Light Fantastic with Dick Van Dyke. This is Disneyland Lover, going off until my next video tomorrow night. Peace out, guys. I love you all very much.